Press cross button.
Completely private browsing, 100% untrackable. Think of what you could get away with for only 400 quid. One sec.
Finish up your scheme. There's work to do.
It better pay off, because that didn't.
It's going to be so much fun.
This new maid we got, Tanny got.
Welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yet now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me. And it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom's CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really make...
You're in. Now find the thing.
Slash and burn time.
There's the shipment.
shit, bruv. Cut it down. I hit him!
This causes a
Take your fire! We're hit! Direct hit!
Give yourself up. Save me the time and effort.
Turret is set!
Changing clips.
Say hi to my spider! They're raining fire on me!
Grenade. Cover me.
Whoa! Get there!
I know I saw him there.
Weapons destroyed. I'll open a channel to our reluctant criminal friend once you're clear of the area.
I'm in real trouble here. Reloading. Cover me. I'm so fucked right now. Fuckers hit. Wake up.
Filming is commencing for the Global British Broadcasting Network. We're done here. Fucker's gone. First Newsnet.
And Finny.
Oh, that's a load off my chest. But I've seen too much. Now that I know what the Kellys are really up to, I need to find a way to stop them.
In DedSec, the more the merrier. Care to join us?
Hey? Yeah. All right.
I won't believe that there are no medical shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be
Auto-drive now
extreme
enabled.
period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
I think we can't be too far away from them just prescribing stiff upper lip like they did in the Blitz.
My uncle had a leg removed due to
Auto-drive now
diabetes. They
disabled.
halved his insulin because they said there was less of him to be diabetic.
So, anyway, people don't believe what you read or hear about there not being enough medical drugs to go around. It's not true. It's hospital hogwash, it's
Auto-drive now
pharmaceutical
enabled.
flim-flam, it's medical mendacity, it's Hippocratic humbug.
Auto-drive
it's
now
nonsensical
disabled.
narcotic nincompoop. I think I've made the point. Do not believe the news telling you that we've run out of medicine, nor should you believe the empty shelves at the chemists. They're also lying. Do not believe your doctor saying, sorry, we're fresh out of that, you're going to have to eat a carrot and pretend. And do not believe your own cobweb-ridden medicine cabinet at home. It might look empty, but it's not, for it contains the only medicine anyone truly needs. Stirring music, please, producer Chris. Freedom. The medicine of British freedom. And the analgesic knowledge that however ill you may be, bloom are keeping an eye on things for you.
I'm investing heavily in the placebo effect right now. You're listening to the bar.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, shit. Ha, no, absolutely. Don't even give it a second thought.
Right? Swat the bluff was a fucking natural buck.
Shortages, yeah, we just learn to live with them, don't we? And there's a lot of positives as well with all these food shortages. I mean, we were eating too much anyway. As a nation, the government's just helping us live healthier lifestyles. It's so hard to die.
You found the spot.
Or collapsing social infrastructure.
Positive 2, feet. Very bad for the environment. That's the CTOS up there.
Eat shit.
Done. This vehicle's fucking hacked. Find the prick on it.
When I catch up to them.
There's enough of that in life as it is. You are listening to the... Well, another story that has come to the fore recently is that all European imports have been banned for public health reasons, which is great news. I mean, at least we can get eating good, home-produced, locally sourced, British, industrially unsafe food. That's something we can all cling to. Public health reasons, those are curious words. I don't know, is that in case the public gets too healthy eating all that Mediterranean muck? It's that British food for British tummies. Spelt, nettles, rabbit. That's all we need. That's all we need in the glory days. Everyone round to Nigel's for dinner, yum yum.
Who needs Italian olives when you can eat pickled rubber bands in a soup of regret? Who needs a nice cheese when you can eat a lukewarm, unspecified rat meat pie with 0 spices?
Sand, nettles, and bits of dead fox. That's all we needed to eat in the glory days. Let's make Britain great again. That's all from the bug today. Good night, sleep tight, and make sure the bed bugs do bite.
Steve, we're going to need that report after all.
Yeah, can you send that information to me now?
I know you're out, but they moved the conference to 3 p.m.
You want the business? We'll need a response today.
Anywhere. Anytime you need us. We're there.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, no worries. No, listen.
Should have known better.
Oh, okay.
You're listening to The Bug.
You're listening to The Bug, the Resistance comedy show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy, joining me. Albion. According to a SIRS official, DedSec is no longer a threat. Which I guess is true.
I refuse to put up with this. But yeah, she hasn't no, really sounds.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll never give up, folks. This resistance will never die. So one day, we will again be free. Free from these technological chains, free to choose our own futures, free to live our own lives, free to waste our time watching people bake cakes and dance badly again. Those days over and out. Before we go, time for a quick bug off. I'm going to nominate this week Sky Larson here at The Bug. We are all in favour of strong, powerful women. And in many ways, Sky is the ultimate feminist icon, proving that women can do just as abominably awful things to this planet as men. I mean, overall, Alex, I think we're still ahead as men, but you lot are catching up. Fair play to you. You are listening to The Bug.
Recent revelations of ministers purchasing £25,000 desks and £11,000 dinners have caused a public outcry. Join us on GBB as we examine these and other extravagant expenses administration officials have been charging the public.
The Bug. Objective voice of objection for a most objectionable world. Hello, Bugsters. Welcome to The Bug, the comedy show that holds up the Medusa of satire to the already immovably concrete face of modern Britain. I'm Andy. I bench 480 and I can crack a 3.5 just by looking at it. Can I? Oh, well, it's reality anymore, anyway. Alice, what do you bench?
I bench body weight.
Right.
The thing you're after is around here.
That baby.
Yeah. You are listening to The Bug.
In this week's Truth News, according to an official...
Search.
All clear in here.
Don't get...
That's the target. Should be hackable.
Let's head back and regroup.
Transfer complete.
Transportation. Please monitor immediate front zones.
On the right-hand side, when you walk in. We must do something! Yeah, that's flag. We won't rest until
To be honest, I've just given up on all news and reality now, Alice. I just, in fact, I now just make up. My own headlines these days. I get a piece of paper and a pen. Remember them? Paper and pens. Those were the days. And I'll just write down the headlines I want to read. Now, I'll just make my own newspaper. Look, here I've got today. If you point at the bird shit on your car window and say it's a currency, no one can tell you otherwise. Screams Chancellor at Bilderberg karaoke night. Let's write another headline. Here we go. PM announces Britain back on track after swapping all Crown Estate properties for some magic beans. Might as well. We've got to do something as the nation we are today. Here's another one. Wild joy on the streets as Britain signs £864 zillion trade deal with Bolivia. There we go. Build a better world. Government claims only nice people will benefit from agreement to sell trampolines, mermaids and warships to landlocked South American nation. We're building a better Britain. Here's another one. Environment probably fine, claims drowning scientist. Invent the world you want to have, people. It's going to be way, way better than the one you've actually got. From the bug, goodbye. From the Buccaneer, this is the bug.
Watch out!
freedoms, dishing out random punishments, peas in a pod. All it needs to do, sir, is ban me from eating something. What's it going to be this time? Not bacon again, please. Please, not bacon. I couldn't. Courgettes. Ban courgette. I could take you banning courgettes. I'm happy with that.
Makes me feel important knowing that I'm being watched with everything I do, Andy.
Well, it's just not. It's reassuring, isn't it? It's like having an extra aunt.
This is the aunt that gets drunk at Christmas and vomits in the kiddie pool, right?
You get that on. This is the bug.
Located the CTOS hub.
We have the sport now. Riot. I mean, riot's my favourite sport now, Alice, ever since they turned the oval from a cricket ground into the immigration processing centre. And, yeah, rioting it's a great sport. It's fun for all the families.
Stupid hunk of metal. Are you seriously giving me a tip?
So, who do we turn to for help, support and assistance? Artificial intelligence friend Bagley's rogue and strange brother. The one that tells it as it really is, not as it is pretending.
Done.
Life's worse with Bugley. Here goes. Bugley, tell me the path to true lasting happiness.
Oh my, I am rather good at this DedSec business, aren't I?
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
You sure know how to sweet-talk a gentleman.
Don't worry, you'll get used to him. It's not his fault, he was programmed that way. Well done.
While I report you the authorities.
Bugley, will things ever get better?
Yes, Andy. The heat death of the universe is only 5 billion years away now.
Oh, it's so nice to have something to look forward to. That's all from the Bug today. Keep it real, Bug fans. Actually, that's terrible advice. Keep it as unreal as you can possibly manage. But that's well done.
Terrorists, criminals, everyday accidents. There are too many threats facing our community, but there are also those who stand against them. The government has put the new National Health Service at the center of national security. So, if you're looking for a way to serve your community, try serving your country. The NHS. We might be smaller, but we still care.
What the hell?
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload. We're talking about the optic and how it's changed our lives. Now, as you remember, Bloom announced a new version of the optic at the recent Tone conference, but we haven't heard too much about that since due to the dramatic events there. Let's cast our minds back and consider the technology. I mean, the optic changed everything. It lets you see things in AR. You no longer need a smartphone. You just have the small implant that sends signals to your optic nerve and lets you see your emails, take calls, and browse the internet directly as if the screen was in front of your eyes. Instead of having...
The thing you're after is around here.
Just got the small handheld unit. So much lighter and so much more convenient. It's great.
Vicky, you sound like you absolutely love the optic. Do you actually think that it's made our lives any better?
There it is. You can hack in from there.